All right, and we are live. What is going on? What's going on, Soul Tribe? Salute, salute. Listen, today's my day off, man. So this is just a bonus video. Saturday is the day of rest. So I'm chilling. I don't even lift heavy. I don't do anything out the ordinary. I chill. I lift casually, light weights, a lot of stretching, and I watch a lot of content. You know what I'm saying? So with the content that I consume on today, some of it I can show you guys. Hang on. Get these shorts feeds up, man, real quick. How y'all doing tonight? Hope you're doing well. Listen, I'm not going to hold y'all up. No further ado. Let's get right into this. You guys smash that like button, subscribe if you're not subscribed, and let's get into these clips.
Feel like it's a challenge? Do you feel like you're gonna be the champion that slays these boxers?
Slay these boxers is wicked. Okay, that is wicked, all right? But nonetheless, I am here to help. Keep going, Redbone.
You know what the deal is over here. You see this t-shirt? Do you see this fitted hat? You see this lineup?
Yeah, but I also seen this.
Hell no. Hell no. No. See this guy right here. You know what I'm saying? This one right here, he's the stud detector. You know what I mean? He investigates these studs, man. And if they show any signs of, penis, them missing it, any kind of way, he'd be on them. And the way that she was rolling that, you ain't gonna tell me that she don't miss some penis. Get up out of here. You seen where she was rolling that, man. That was crazy work.
Said no type of thirst traps. You can't ask me why I'm taking multiple angles of my beef and sending it to your DM, okay? I'm just saying. No, okay. Let me quit joking. I know I appreciate my stud queens, okay? At the end of the day, they women. Do not disrespect these women. If you're going to get in, they're going to let you in, okay? But the ones that have hit one before, I understand your slight obsession with them, okay? Multiple of my stud queens got ring cam footage of me on their porch like this.
You're the only one for me. You're the only.
That's probably gonna get me flagged, man. Let's go on to the next one. You guys smash that like button. Let's go.
And I don't believe 90% of women who say this, because if this was so true, all you women would be in relationships, married, taken, boyfriends, husbands. You would even have a girlfriend. All y'all women are single and fucking around and losing in life. And your vagina is getting stretched by dealing with man to man, because no woman wants to commit because they are validated by a whole bunch of scrubs and losers. You was just at a doctor and the doctor tried to holler at you.
Hey, you seem very genuine.
I don't give a shit. You supposed to be saving lives, not getting put.
He was on a lunch break. He invited me upstairs for lunch.
He invited you upstairs for lunch.
Yeah.
You are the biggest simp, and doctors are losers.
Hey.
Most of them. Because you make $200,000 a year and you mostly in debt most of your life, and you have to mess with the nurse and still screw her over. Nurses are one of the biggest cheaters. And the problem with nurses, they're f***ing the doctor. They're leaving their husbands for a doctor that don't even give a shit about them.
She said she would cut him off earlier.
I don't believe her. And I don't believe 90% of women who say this shit. Because if this was so true, all you women would be in relationships, married, taken, boyfriend.
Let them cook, man. Let them cook. Something else in here.
And let me go ahead and say this.
Hey,
I feed my son. I remember learning in the Bible.
Here's how to.
So listen, you can watch me do it, or you can do it with me.
What time you want to start? What time you want to? Did y'all see them? Oh, Lord. Wear them lips alone. How you calling home like this?
Put mommy on the phone. Yeah, Barbara, it's Richie.
Classic.
Yeah, look, I ain't never coming home no more.
Stop playing. Go to the next one.
Fellas, if a woman gives up.
All right. Look. We're rolling over. I'm rolling on over to the next one. Let's see what
I want to talk about this.
Yeah, let's not take away from physical attraction.
A guy knows when he looks good. All the girls want him. He knows when he's desired.
Even if he's ugly, he got a nice body.
They get an ego. They start to feel themselves, and then that creates
true.
That creates a character of them. But they're just
and that's
now
attractive.
Why
are you hating on this ego?
I'm not hating, but that's just how. That's just how guys are. Like now they're just people. This guy.
Listen, why? I'm gonna let her. You know what? I'm gonna let her cook, and then I'm gonna rip her apart. Go ahead.
now they're just this guy that thinks that they can get any girl that they want
Because they
and
can.
because they can. And even when he thinks that he wants this girl, and this girl really thinks he got him, and he goes and cheats because he can get any other girl.
Okay.
That's why the good looking guys end up that way. That's why the girl's crying in the video. That's why.
Yeah, let's not take away
Because
from
when-
physical attraction.
A guy knows when he looks good. All the girls want him. He knows when he's desired.
Even if he ugly.
See, here's the thing about it. Like, why do, especially, more specifically Black women, always have to feel like, what does it matter to her if a guy is feeling himself? And what does it matter to her what reason he has or where he draws his confidence from? Why is she making, because this is all hypothetical. This is just what she thinks. And mind you, what is that, glass of drink? And she's sitting here drinking, and that's when the truth comes out. And this is what they do. They sit around and make up in their mind these weird ways to psychoanalyze why they're single and why dudes don't want them, but then they have to make sure that they're the victim. So then it's like, these guys think that they cute. Now, what does it matter? What does it matter? Is that getting you closer to getting the man that you want? You venting about men that probably don't desire you, or you consider them all to be cheaters. How is that getting you closer to your end goal? You're just talking, man. You're trying to make dudes look bad, dudes that she finds attractive. It doesn't get them anywhere. But there is consistently being propagated all over social media, these circle talks like this, where they're just rambling on and on about the men that they can't get and desire, even though they have plenty of men that want them. It's crazy.
Nice body.
They get an ego.
Baby, I am not the fat bitch you can play with.
I ain't messing with you at all.
You are. Why has dating become adversarial, competitive between partners?
I feel like everyone has something to prove on Instagram.
I've never been in a relationship where I've been in competition with my partner.
Oh, with each other.
Yeah,
I was thinking like people are competing with other relationships. Like I've been in relationships where I felt like I was in competition with my man before. My second time I was engaged, it felt like a competition with him. And it's crazy because, I almost feel like the more that someone tries to count you out or make you feel lesser than, the ego does kick in of like, oh, I'm gonna show you how great I am. And it's funny because that's the same relationship where we were every hashtag on social media. On social media, we were relationship goals.
You was in competition
We
with
were
him?
Black love. We were power couple. But in reality, that's the same man that looked me dead in my face and told me I would never make it. And the only way I would make it was if I married someone who made it. It wasn't the betrayal or the lies. It wasn't any of those things that made me say, let me jump out of this relationship. It was when I was like, oh, you really don't even believe in me for real. And at the time I was in the top 3% of my company. I went on to be in the top 1% of a $9.8 billion company. It's not even about making it or not making it. It's about the fact that I trapped myself in the facade of what I was showing on the perception of my relationship on social media, that became more important. The perception became more important than my reality. And maybe you need to go through it. I needed to go through that because that's also when I was very materialistic. That's also when I was very much inside of like, let me show everyone how great I am, because meanwhile I'm at home being told that I'm not. So I needed to go through that time.
I get so narcissistic to pursue a person, to then get that person, and to then do everything to break them down
or try.
Yeah.
But that's true narcissistic behavior.
Yeah,
right?
for sure.
And I think all of us, if you're a little bit of successful, you have narcissistic traits. Like it takes something to say, I'm going to be successful. I am good enough to make it. I do believe in me. I am selfish. Like some of those things are important in order to have any kind of success. But when you have narcissistic personality disorder, which is when you want to get the best person to see if you can erode them down, and you don't even know that you do it because you live in your own delusion. Like it's an actual mental illness, right? That's why it's called a disorder, like a narcissistic personality disorder. So I've only experienced that once. I think that that's why it's so important, because that relationship didn't last very long. It was 6-7 months, but it felt like 5 years, and oddly enough, It was he and I that started reading the book, 101 Questions to Ask Before You Get Engaged. But it was all a part of the plan. You know, let me enroll you into the vision that I have for us. We're going to get married. Let me ask your father for permission to marry you in front of you. Let me do all of these different things that just weren't the truth. So I think that ultimately the best thing that you can do if you are in a space where you're competing with your partner is why? We've talked about this on one of our episodes. We don't have anything to prove. There's nothing and when you get to a space where you don't have to prove anything to anybody, you can just be. And when you can just be, there's no space for competition. It's, I love you. I love what you bring to the table. I love what you're up to. I just love you. You know, I love our mission. I'm enrolled in what we're going for. And when you get to like that space of things, your relationship becomes untouchable. But most people don't want to do that work.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm sure that again, great perspective from a woman, but you know, women that talk a lot like this probably great business partners, but man, it's just something about, you know, a lot of talking that just makes me just automatically be like, what are you trying to sell me? I don't know why I'm just like that, man. I just be like, why you gotta talk so, you know, but you know, some guys like that, you know, they perceive it to be a certain thing. But I used to work at the White House and stuff like that. I've been around super active women that get after it, and you know, there's certain personality that comes with them and a certain attitude. Just saying, let's keep it trucking.
Check this out.
In. What's your name?
How y'all doing? Is on? How y'all doing today? My name is.
I'll show you.
So my baby daddy took the kid.
What I come to realize is that
Older that was
tired of having.
I got one more in here, I'm pretty sure.
Let me pay for your haircut.
Oh, hold up, that voice is
only if you're shedding and
Do you feel like the more options you have, the more valuable you are?
No, because there's a lot of men with a lot of money that are absolute trash people, but have a ton of options because they're rich.
That's a bar.
Yeah. And I think that there are a lot of beautiful women that have a ton of options, but don't have the character to substantiate it, but they could still sleep with or temporarily date some really great options because of the illusion of how they look might actually match their character. And that's usually not the case.
Do you feel like the more options?
See, she be speaking them bars on some stuff. Let's see, I think I got excuse me, one more. Here we go.
If a woman said, as a man, you should understand if a woman, after 2 weeks of dating her bills are due and she's stressed out and she got things going on that she can't handle and she's overwhelmed and and she can't pay her rent on time and she needs you to pay her rent, she ain't really fucking with you for real, because women are not even bold enough to do that with I'm gonna keep it real. Okay, let me tell you something. When a woman really messes with you, she don't even want you to know her shit ain't clean right now. She gonna dress it up every time for you like it's real money. And that's the truth, okay?
For real.
That's the fact.
For
you
real.
ain't never gonna know she has problems. You know how many men I was in full relationships where my shit was in shambles and he thought that I was the best thing smoking, didn't even know?
Pause real quick. That we gotta let that simmer. And she was talking real fast. You talk fast. Was you one of the Bone Thugs?
I was.
That was Chicken Bone.
She said, as a man, you.
That's probably the slowest I've ever heard her talk. So, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? She's getting there, man. That's the most monotone and the slowest I've heard her talk. So there's growth in these videos, man. There's growth. Hey, what's going on, Jacob? What's going on? Salute. Just put some clips together. And I thought I'd drop them on here. You know, if I'm going to be looking them up, might as well share them. I think I have like maybe one more.
So I just want to hop on here quickly because it's always this thing when women say, I'm single by choice. Then when you ask them what is single by choice, they go on these rants about, oh, men are this and that, and they broke, they gay, they feminine, and all these things.
A lot of us are single by choice. Not because we missed our opportunity, but just for the simple fact that the caliber of men that's out here now, to me, in my opinion, are not even worth dating or having a relationship with.
And it's like, well, baby girl, you're not single by choice. You don't have any choices. Because to me, single by choice is there are men that you've encountered that actually fit the certain characters, morals, qualities that you would date, but you just choose not to date right now. So you have choices, but you're just not choosing. That's single by choice.
I appreciate you popping.
You attracting a bunch of ancient men, broke men, gay men, feminine men, and all these unqualified men. So therefore you have to be single and you cannot date is not single by choice. I'm sorry.
I don't really understand why women love to argue about being single by choice. You're not single by choice. You can't find a man that wants you. And a lot of you ladies are dealing with men that don't want you over and over and over again. Some of y'all have babies by men that don't want you. And what the problem is, due to your sad sense of delusion, you don't see a problem with men not wanting you. But instead of you figuring out what the problem is, maybe your attitude, it may be because you're overweight, you're not going to the gym, and the last time you went to the gym was in a gymnasium when you graduated from high school. But in your mind, because this is the problem, you think some dude out there is eventually going to want you. So you go from dude to dude to dude to dude to dude to dude to dude. And you think at some point, one of these dudes that you don't give your body to is going to finally want you. But guess what? The majority of us somewhat think alike. So if you're overweight, you ain't go to the gym, you got a bad attitude, you're uncooperative, none of us are going to want you. But instead of sitting down for a second and saying, yo, let me get some therapy, let me go get a gym membership, let me stop drinking wine every time I get home, because now I'm realizing that I have an alcohol problem and I can't even go to sleep without drinking wine. So when it comes to you lying, especially to yourself, that you're single by choice, the only thing you're doing is dismissing the reasons why you're single. And wouldn't it make more sense to actually focus on those things? Why am I single? Okay, I have this issue. Why am I single? I have this issue. Why am I single? Because I keep choosing dysfunctional men. But why are you choosing dysfunctional men? Because you may be dysfunctional. You see, once you go down the why rabbit hole, you'll get an understanding of the actual why. So you got to ask yourself or ask another person why at least 5 times for them to actually tell you the real reason why they have the problem. And I hear a lot of women say, well, I keep attracting loser men. No, if you're attractive, you're attracting everybody. You're entertaining loser men.
There it is.
That's the thing that nobody wants to talk about. It's not about what you're attracting because you're attractive. It's about who you're entertaining. And I want y'all to do something for me. A lot of you have never done this before. I need you to start shooting your shot at men, you know, in the DMs or something subtle, because what this will do, it will put you in a consumer mindset instead of the product mindset. One of the reasons why you don't shoot your shot is because you're innately afraid of rejection and you're not used to being rejected. You know why? Because the only dudes that you talk to are dudes that talk to you. So you never have to deal with rejection. But if you see a dude that is up here in whatever, whether it's money or attraction or whatever, and he shuts you down because of whatever reason, now you may actually be propelled to actually fix your attitude, your weight, whatever issues that the guy says you have. And now you can actually grow, because that's what happens with us. In all honesty, if a man is broke and he tries to talk to this woman, and they say, yo, I don't want to talk to you because you're broke. Guess what? The dude is going to go get some money, regardless of who he is. But if he doesn't get rejected, like a lot of you don't get rejected, you're literally going to stay the same person for the next 2-3 years without ever self-assessing why you are still single. So no, you're not single by choice. The men that you want.
He's right about that rejection thing. Now, you know, I'm applying it towards like, you know, like when you're putting out a product or, you know what I mean, say you have a YouTube channel or something like that, being rejected by people. If you take it the wrong way, man, you like jump off the internet and never do it again unless you know, build on it like dudes know how to do, transmute energy like, okay, I ain't gonna give up, I'm gonna keep going. And maybe in some of this unasked for criticism, there might be a gem or two I can use pillaging through this shit or whatever. But women don't handle rejection well, and then they project it onto us. They'll be begging us to approach them while telling us that we're too scared to approach them. If we wanted to do something, we do it. So what they do is try to do this reverse psychology BS all the time, man. So remember, when a woman's talking most of the time, especially these loudmouth females on the internet that be yapping, babbling, they're projecting onto you their insecurities or their own issues. Just remember that, right? Whatever they're saying is what they're having issues with. Think about it. When you hear them online and they're talking this crazy stuff, saying things like, I think men think like this, or I don't think men consider they're projecting onto you what their issues are, right? Reverse engineer that crap, man. Break it down and take no offense to it.
Don't want you back. Do a self-assessment and find out why these men don't want you back. And now you're on to something. Let me know what y'all think in the comments.
So I just want to hop on here quickly because
I think he was cooking. The best.
What? Are you?
See, we live in a time right now where
almost got flagged, man. I can't believe Max Holloway got knocked out tonight, man. You know what I'm saying? Man, and Robert Whitaker's jaw, man. Man, telling you, man, crazy night.
Educated women think that they're better than blue-collared men. Educated women. And that women would rather date a guy that makes $20 an hour in a suit over blue-collared shirt worker, mechanic, McDonald's, making $30 plus an hour.
More like 40. Like, let me ask you a question. Let's be real. Be real, Jada. Be real. Would you date a man seriously if he was like, hey, I'm the general manager of McDonald's and he makes $100,000 a year? Or would you take somebody who makes $60,000 a year and he works in the office, maybe as an accountant or something?
See, I'm more complex than this. Who's giving me better D? Because that's what it boils down to for me. Okay, sorry. All right.
Told you. D's equal, treatment is equal. Everything is equal. One works at McDonald's.
It's just the title. Like, he's a GM. I can definitely take him. Like, I can date him. Yeah.
So-
I can say that I honestly probably wouldn't be as comfortable to say he's the GM at McDonald's. I mean, just because of the pedestal that I put myself on and where I.
Oh, McDonald's is beneath you.
No, I would have to tell people, my husband owns the McDonald's franchise. Like, he owns.
But what if he doesn't? He doesn't.
but
That's a capaholic.
That's
Stop
a lie.
lying. Yeah, stop the lie.
I'm basically
willing to run with.
Like, yeah, I kind of see him on the one on 42nd Street.
So basically for you and
educated women think that they're better than blue-collared men.
Educated women.
Educated women. And that
I'm just going to break down the real for women because they do not show this in our Disney princess movies.
Hold up, girl. What you doing?
Heard about how they
If he's my man, then he knows how to correct me. When, where, tone, all
When
that.
you say how to correct you, you're saying that your man has to correct you in a certain particular manner to be corrected?
I think anybody that is gonna be insightful enough to offer a correction should be tactful enough to deliver it in a way that it's not offensive. So, yes.
So your man has to not offend you while he's correcting you about something offensive that you did.
Crazy.
Don't worry about it. Ladies and gentlemen, I can't make this shit up. She wanted to be corrected, but in a nice way about the disrespect what she did. So she want her man to respect her while correcting her about her disrespect. So when she disrespects you, you gotta lower your tone when you correct her about disrespecting you. Girl, man.
You catch me in some bullshit, then I'm gonna give you that. But if you don't catch me in no shit, you ain't finna do that shit. But you gonna talk to me like you want to be talking.
So the fact that I'm correcting you, that means that you wouldn't know that it was bullshit. That's why I have to correct you. Don't worry about it.
You cooking them chicks up, man. Cooking them
Once you have fornicated multiple times, you have now into ultra.
Most of these women ain't worth shit. Facts. They be like
into ultra.
Facts. Facts. I should leave it on that note. I'm gonna leave it on that
I'm
note
just going
right
to break
there.
down the real for women because they.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna leave it on that note, man, because he ain't never lied. Most of these females out here ain't shit. Look, you guys, smash that like button. Go ahead and subscribe. You know what I mean? You had a good time over here. I will be dropping some more videos, man. I'm feeling pretty good right now. You know what I mean? I'm chilling. So I got a panel that I want to do that I was watching. It's like Lapeef or something. And these chicks was like doing too much. And I want it, but it's a long panel. And I don't really feel like putting that kind of time into it. But it's something that needs to be watched, because the way that these modern females are moving in these panels, man, it has to be studied. It really does. But you guys, I got one more short video, and then I'm thinking about doing that longer one. But you guys, again, smash that like button. Go ahead and subscribe if you're not subscribed. If you're joining me from the shorts feed, there are 3 tiny dots in the top right. Hit the like or dislike. It's about the engagement. Come on, y'all. Let's do this. Let's grow the wolf pack, man. You know what I'm saying? We got some motion here, okay? Let's ride our wave. Let's do this, all right? Salute, love, and light. I'm your brother. I'm out.
In this game, you gotta have that dog in you.
Made in America.